Introducing the all-new BYD Sea Lion 7, the luxury electric SUV that's changing the game. Book your free test drive today at the BYD showroom in Sheffield.
Dr. Steelhammer, Vladimir Klitschko, and Dr. Iron Fist, Vitaly Klitschko, Shannon the Cannon Brigg, and Butterbean, Cruiserweight King Jai Opetaia.
Boxing King Media, powered by BYD. Eddie Hearn, I think we're going to start off with this picture of you and Ben Shalom yesterday already. Look, is that picture real, or is it like...
It's still giving me nightmares. I was standing there and he came up and started dry humping me. I was like, what are you doing?
Check the back of your trousers.
No, but I was like, what are you doing? He's very awkward like that, do you know what I mean? But I don't mind Ben. I think he's actually quite amusing. I think he's a little bit misunderstood, but he's not the full ticket, but he's quite amusing.
I'll be honest, when I seen it, I thought it was like somebody's just put it together.
I had a lot of people going to me, is that real? And I was like, literally, I was standing here and someone came up and put their arms around me and started kind of, I don't know what he was doing. I was thinking, who on earth is that? And I turned around and I was like, Ben, what the fuck are you doing, mate? He's like, I was like, okay.
Take it, you didn't enjoy it then?
Wasn't my cup of tea, no.
Brilliant. It's funny because if you go back a year or so ago, I remember making that meme of you two facing off with each other. At that point, you never met.
Yeah.
And now you're dry humping each other.
I know. Well, no, it was one-way dry humping. There, get it right. But on a serious note, I think a lot of the time, look, we've seen recently, like when I've met up with Frank, when I've been out with Frank, we've got on well, and even with Oscar. Like now, actually, you have a few meetings and you spend a bit of time together. And it's the same with Ben. I mean. But it takes a bit of time to get to understand. I still don't understand him, but do you know what I'm saying? Like at first, I wasn't really, I weren't too sure, but I think he's all right. He's harmless, maybe harmless, but I don't know. Yeah.
I think that's a fair comment. Ben is definitely harmless. I was trying to think of some different stuff because you've answered a lot of the stuff already, but I was looking at a lot of the opinions on the fight, and I've been doing some research. 3 times Conor Benn's fought above 147. They've all gone the distance. Yeah. So why are you so confident he stops Chris EUBANK?
I mean, firstly, Pete Dobson's got a great chin, right? He's a middleweight. Rodolfo, whatever his name was, at 156, 157, was an absolute unit of a geezer who is renowned, and failed a drugs test, is renowned for being unbelievably durable. We had him hurt in the fight, but didn't get him out of there. I don't know who the other one was.
He was on the undercard of... Lucas Brand and Dave Allen.
It's a long time ago. I mean, Conor was a kid then. So I just feel like, look, do you think that Conor Benn has the same power as Liam Smith?
Do I think?
Yeah, I mean...
I'd say Liam's a natural heavier guy, so I would guess he punches harder.
Liam's not a non-puncher, but he's not renowned for being a massive puncher at the same time. I think they carry similar power. I think Conor punches faster and sharper than Liam, but Liam is a fantastic, shot selection guy. And for me, we saw Liam Smith basically rendered EUBANK unconscious. I mean, he was completely gone. And I just believe that Conor Benn can also do it. And, I don't think it's going to be easy. I can't sit here and tell you, 100%, because you're fighting a guy that you're going to be 10 pounds to a stone lighter than on the night. So it ain't going to be easy, but I think he can do it, and I truly believe that.
And we saw Nigel yesterday say that he made Canelo's next opponent quit in sparring. So obviously when you hear these kind of stories, do you think, what's the truth?
I know the stories because I've been speaking to everybody in the camp throughout every spar, and Nigel's got very overexcited there and said that, and sometimes in sparring, but it's all true. I mean, Saras, Bentley, Skull, light heavyweights as well. He's like, honestly, I can't tell you how good he's looking. Again, it doesn't mean he's going to win, but we can't have wished for a better camp, a better preparation, and a better Conor Benn for Saturday night. He's still got to control the emotions in there on Saturday. It's a very difficult thing to do, but all you can ever hope is that you have an amazing camp, and the camp has been amazing.
And then we've seen a lot of the build-up this week. You'll have seen the lie detector video. Do you think that was kind of slightly setting Conor up? Because I'm sure you've read the comments. People have obviously laid into some of the questions, but what did you make of that?
Oh, I thought it was quite fun. I mean, look, I think if you're going to go into a lie detector test,
Can
Like,
imagine the kind of question people are expecting to be asked.
also, at the same time, like, you know, Conor Benn, you've seen him around the media since particularly he got fully cleared by the NADP. Even the media, when they're asking, it's like, guys, like, we need to move on from this. I've had 2.5 years of you guys asking questions, so no one's ever going to be happy. So, like, it was a bit of fun from the zone. Like, they asked if Shalom could knock me out. I mean, that's the roots of the question. So, yeah.
And then the ring walks. Who do you think is going to get booed? Because I've got a feeling one of them is going to get booed.
Yeah. In true British style, both will be booed. Honestly, I do believe that. Like, you'll hear boos from both sides. Conor Benn has got huge support, particularly in London, and there's a lot of people that might not like him or might not believe him or whatever. I don't know. And EUBANK's always got that group of people that don't like him. But I think he's played a blinder, and I think as he's got a little bit older, he's become more likeable. I think when he was younger, around his dad, he was just so arrogant and surly. Like, I think now when he gives his interviews and I think he's quite amusing. So, yeah, I mean...
Got a random one for you. Both guys are going to earn a lot of money. You'll have seen the new UK tax laws that are coming into April that are going to shaft anyone that's making good money. What do you kind of advise, Conor, as your fighter? Like, do you hold this money in the UK or do you wander off somewhere?
No, it's too late to do that. I mean, you can't once you earn it in the UK, you've earned it in the UK. But more importantly, a lot of these guys have to have the right advice about having their own companies. And you obviously, you got dividend payments, you got, there's all kinds of ways. The reality is a lot of, fighters, a lot of sportsmen, they will move to another territory, especially if you're traveling around so much. That's the key. If you're not spending a lot of time in a certain place, then everything changes. But, you've got to look at, obviously these guys are making a lot of money, but you look at people like AJ, he's made a lot of money, but obviously you need the right advice and make sure your business is structured correctly. But most importantly, you follow the rules of whatever applies to you as an individual.
Yeah, I wanted to just highlight the awful tax laws we've got in this country, to be fair. And then the other thing I want to ask you, you met up with HE a couple of days ago. Tell us what happened, what can we expect, any new and Mike?
I mean, no, like, to explain to you how it works is whoever's with him at the time is going to be getting a lot of business done, going to be doing a lot of deals. So this week and next week, it's my turn. Do you know what I mean? Last week, it was Oscar's turn, and it was Louis de Cubas's turn. Now we're planning all our stuff with Frank and everybody for August. Lots coming. He also started talking about Riyadh season again in October. The plans are unbelievable. Like, this is going to be the best run coming up that we've seen in Riyadh season. So yeah, the energy's still there, the plans are still there, and it's great.
So it's going to continue this whole Riyadh season, because a lot of people have got concerns that it's slowly going to dry up.
No, I think that you just get to understand the business a bit better. So, you look at your costs, you look at the purses, you look at the plan, you look at the strategy, and you just keep evolving as you go on. So it's definitely not drying up, but everyone just gets smarter with the experience, and the passion seems to be there. And I think, like I said, I think it'll be the best Riyadh season ever.
Last question for you, fighter loyalty. I know I've heard what your response is to Shakur Stevenson, but does it concern you? Because we've seen, like, with Haney, Balanga, something going on with Shakur. Obviously, you've got a lot of the American stars. Does it concern you with regards to loyalty from particularly the guys in the US? Because you've done a good job with a lot of these fighters.
I think that, Shakur has another fight with us, and after these 2 fights with us, he can do what he wants. Hopefully, it'll be a long relationship. If not, no problem. The end of the day is people have their own characteristics and personalities. Some people are big on loyalty. Some people don't give a fuck. Some people have what's the best word to say this? Some people have morals, that was a good word. And some people are dogs, right? But it's a short career. So you've got to marry it up, do you know what I mean? If someone does a great job for you, if someone has put the neck out for you, if someone has backed you consistently, then you should show them a loyalty. Now, if they don't have anything for you, you can't just hang around. Canelo Alvarez is a great example of that. Canelo Alvarez, me and him have a great relationship. We get on really well. But when I ran out of options and opportunities for him, he had to go elsewhere. But you know the thing is with Canelo, he's up front with you. And he has told me in the past, Eddie, I really like you. I want to do more business for you. But listen, you know I'm about wherever the opportunities are for me. That's a loyalty in a sense, because a lot of them are just snakes and dogs and they don't really give a fuck. But it's a cutthroat business. It's prize fighting. And there ain't many friends in the game. I'm in it for those experiences. And as I've showed time and time again, when I've got your back, you ain't got to worry about nothing. But there's got to be a two-way street in that respect. So the fighters that have been loyal to me, I will look after, not just during their career, but till they finish on this planet, because I'll always have their back. If you value that, you'll give me the same respect. If you don't, no problem. And it doesn't mean like we have to fall out. If you don't have any loyalty to me, we do a deal when it suits you and we do a deal when it suits me. But if you want to be taken care of, if you want to be respected, if you never want to be lied to, if you want someone to have your back every day in this dog shit world of boxing, then I got your back. But if not, no problem. You know what I mean? And when I see these people, it's not like, you motherfucker. It's like I just look at you and I go, how you doing, mate? Yeah, you're a dog, but listen, maybe we're all dogs. Fucking woof woof.
To Berlanga by any chance?
No, not really. Edgar Berlanga's contract was up. Do you know what I mean? He never tried to look elsewhere. In fact, I think we all would have preferred to work together, and maybe we will in the future. Do you know what I'm saying? But right now, he got an opportunity. I like Edgar. There's no beef at all. In fact, there isn't really any beef with anyone, if I'm honest. But I know the ones that are real people, and I know the ones that aren't. And you know, at the moment, I look at our two out right now. You know, this may come back to bite me in the arse one day, but right now I have 3 fighters, or 4 fighters arguably, but let's talk about the 3 on the pound for pound list. Jerome Boots Ennis, Bam Rodriguez and Dimitri Bivol. They are 3 of the best fighters on the planet. They are 3, in my opinion, of the most straight up, loyal guys with, what was the word you used? Morals, right? Now they've still got to look out for the best opportunity for them. But I'll tell you something now, Bivol, Bam, Boots, I've got your fucking back. And if you value that, we're going to finish your career together. And I'm going to make you a huge amount of money, and myself and our team are going to work as hard as we can for you every single day. And I'm very proud to represent those people, as I am the rest of our stable. But you want to get as close to me as possible. Because when you're close to me, I'm a big asset, and I won't let you down.
That's a brilliant pitch. We'll leave it on that. Thank you very much, Eddie.